Hey guys, and welcome to the Tabletop Alliance.
Hello everybody.
We are here in the aftermath of our most recent battle. Gaming board still intact, models still all over the place, and we are very excited to have just received the new release stuff from Games Workshop. We're going to unbox it and give our very brief thoughts and I guess reviews without actually getting anything painted or put together. But initial thoughts. So,
yes, well, this is all, for those of you who don't know, this is all the new Fall of the Necromancer release. And I say all, there's not actually that much, I guess.
No.
We have, for one, the new book, which, like I say, it's all still sealed, so we don't know exactly what's inside yet, apart from the few little teasers that have been released.
that's what I'm most excited about.
Yes.
New books are very exciting to me.
Yes. And as well as that, we have some scenery,
The Ruins of Dol Guldur.
which look awesome.
Yeah.
And then the single figure that has been released, the Witch King of Angmar, on both mounted and foot versions.
Yes. Finally,
And the one other.
something else that we're very excited about because we are proper dice nerds is two more Lord of the Rings Middle-earth dice sets. One is the Angmar dice set and the other the Dol Guldur dice set.
Although I have just realised it does say you need to be 12 plus to have dice.
So any 11-year-olds watching, I'm afraid you can't use these dice.
Yes.
Right, where shall we start? Should we open the dice?
Just open anything.
This is why you've got to be 12.
Okay, got there in the end.
So. Ooh.
They do look very nice. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this on this shot, but these have a Sauron mask. Looking very lovely, and you can actually see through them. I
Yes.
don't know if you can see that at all.
These have a Witch King helmet.
Yeah.
Now, the cool thing about these is if you just hold them in your palm like this with no light on, kind of looks black. Did you say that looks black?
Yeah, well, they're more greeny. These are more grey,
Yeah,
blacky.
but if you look at it with no light on, that
Yeah.
looks black. As soon as you put light through it, it's very, I guess,
3D.
yeah, you can see straight through it, and it has that sort of evil, Witch King-y type glow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with these.
I like those.
See, now my struggle is going to be whether I use our
Your amazingly 6 in dice.
my sixes dice, my black and purple dice, or whether I go onto these. They're exactly the same size and shape. I like square dice, not rounded dice, personally. So,
I mean, I need some new dice, so I'm definitely using one set of these.
yeah, they're cool. Okay,
Very nice.
we missed out on a few sets of Middle-earth
Yeah,
dice.
so many of them be so hard to find once they come out. And it seems to be, if we get them, they're the ones that don't become hard to find.
Yeah.
So, either way, we've managed to get these, and that's always
The
good.
Fangorn ones you can get from anywhere. So
Yes.
yeah. So
Okay, should we go...
there we go.
Okay, well, while those go back in the book, let's just open a couple of other things. We
Back in the book?
book?
Back in the book,
Back in the book?
called a box.
In the box. In the thing. Another bit of fast forwarding done, and we got everything out of the plastic. We're very prepared for this video.
Yes. This is not going to be like, this is not a collector's set necessarily, so we're not
No.
going to break down the details of the box and the presentation. We're just going to
Yeah.
open them up and get straight into it. So let's get the ruins out of the way first, because I
Yes.
imagine this is probably the thing that will interest the least amount of people. People will probably want the miniature and the rule books the most, I would assume. Now, the Ruins of Dol Guldur. This is probably not that interesting when it's not assembled and not painted, but the cool thing I believe about this set is it is modular, right? So you can, there's all different variations of how they go together. So if you buy multiple sets of this, you can have a completely unique look,
Yes.
as far as I'm aware.
And they're actually... It does look very decent quality. I do like...
And that's quite heavy.
Yeah, they do feel good. And I mean, I will give it to Games Workshop. I know people have their differing opinions on them, but they do put out good stuff. It's the price that some people seem to be against, but you know,
Yeah.
that's a debate for another day.
Yes.
Yeah, so the actual quality of stuff they put out is very, very good.
Yes. I know a lot of people get into the hobby for the kit building side of things
Yeah.
and the customization and all that. Personally, I look at this and I think, for some walls, that's a lot of individual pieces.
Yes.
So my first reaction is, ooh, that's time consuming.
Yes, and there's also a lot, there's a lot of bits I like with this, which I find with the Middle-earth stuff they don't do enough of, is all these little extras. So if you can see there's like a little skull and, well, a whole skeleton really, which just lie there. You can just decorate bits with different bits of on here, dead bodies, I guess like ivy, just things growing out of the grounds. There's all little different bits that you can use.
Yeah.
And same with 40k, they do a lot of that with, say, the bases and stuff, where there's a lot more customization ability. with it all, which you lack in Middle Earth a bit.
Yeah.
So the fact these might be bits that you have to put on anyway to make the whole thing work. I don't really know yet. But generally, more little things like that make them... So you can make everything a bit of your own.
Yeah.
Not everyone's looking the same. That is a very good step.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people like to do that and personalize things through paint color, like different paint jobs and stuff. But the thing is, in Middle Earth, most people want it to represent, be an accurate representation of Middle Earth. So most people go with the same color scheme. But yeah, like you said, customization is cool. These feel good quality.
Yeah.
But if you're not into this hobby for the kit assembly sort of stuff, this may be quite a time-consuming piece. But it looks pretty cool, so well worth it in my opinion. We're big fans of scenery.
Yes.
We love cool pieces of scenery to add to our battles. And like James said, Games Workshop have done a good job with the Middle Earth stuff so far. This is an example of a similar kit for Rohan, which was painted by Alex Wakeham, and it came out amazing.
Yeah.
They're not very usable, like you can't play in the house. I don't know how this is going to be. It's quite open. So
you can use the stairs. It's multi-tiered, so yeah.
But they look top tier. There's not a lot of scenery companies that do as good of a job as Games Workshop. It just comes with a rather hefty price.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving on.
Let's go into... there's not a lot to see here, but let's look at the Witch King.
Well, there's one thing, again, the customization of it all. The Witch King, you do actually have multiple options. Ooh. You have one mounted, one on foot, and I believe there's enough that you can customize both. But you can either have the hooded Witch King or the one with the helm, which I think is really cool. I like that. I like being able to have that option, as well as being able to have him stood with the mace or without.
Yeah.
And I think that is good because, obviously, if you think of it in terms of the films, when you have the helm and the mace, you're basically restricting yourselves to Return of the King.
Yeah.
And that kind of time. Where all the rest of it, he appears to kind of just have his hood. Yeah. So it kind of depends how you want to play it.
That's true. Again, kind of linking to 40k, when you have a model that's customizable where, in this example, it's a crown or a hood, they quite often have it so they kind of click into place. So if you want to switch them out, you can. I wonder if that's the case with this, or whether it's...
doubt it.
No,
I think you're gluing on whatever it is.
So that's one thing I'd like to see, is maybe the ability to be able to, change and chop and change things when necessary, not have them glued in place and then run the risk of, I want to change it, snap, because that's quite common.
Yeah.
But straight away, just from looking at these plastic prints, so much more detail than we're used to. Like even the cloak has little bits of damage and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you have the old metal Witch King model, nowhere near the same amount of detail. I think we've been quite vocal on this channel about how much we dislike metal models in comparison to plastic or resin models.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at this up close, if you guys pick this up, you'll be able to see why. It just looks so much more detailed. Even the head of the horse looks very cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep. I think that one looks like a nice one.
Yeah. Should we get into the most exciting part?
Okay, so this is the Fall of the Necromancer book. Oh, nice bit of cool artwork on the back as well, if you can see that, if there's no reflections off the light.
I think that's a photo more than artwork. But...
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. The cool artwork of the Necromancer model, which I'm almost surprised they haven't re-released that one just yet.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It seems a pretty big one. So when you come into the book, obviously you got a lot of screenshots from the movie that they use within it. I kind of wish they did go for art or more model photography.
Yeah.
But they're going to cut some corners where they can.
And the license is from New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
So they are limited.
So we start with the content. So we got the introduction, the history of the Necromancer section, then a good few scenarios, looks like there's about a dozen or so, a campaign, the armies, legendary legions, and some painting masterclasses, also with the terrain with the forces of good and evil, which is a pretty good amount for just expansion. An expansion, I guess, is all it is, really. Yeah. So yeah, it does look like there's a decent amount of content in there.
Now, if we read out the scenarios for you guys, let us know in the comments down below if you'd like to see us play through these in order, or if there's one or two you'd like to see. So,
bear in mind, we would probably have to get some more models to do some of them.
Sure. The founding of Dol Guldur. Now, I don't know exactly what that consists of. Probably better off doing these in this order. So that consists of Woodsman, Chieftain with Shield, 12 Woodsmen, 4 with Shield, 4 with Spear, the Necromancer, 12 Orcs. Ooh, that looks cool actually.
It does.
See, now I want to do that.
It does.
Just from looking at that picture of the Necromancer.
Yeah, it does look very cool. But the Necromancer is a model we have never picked up.
That's true.
Like we have said multiple times, but if you didn't know, we kind of took a bit of a break from the game around the time that the Hobbit stuff was all a thing.
Yeah.
So most of the Hobbit models we don't have.
It's true. The Gathering Evil features 10 Mirkwood Rangers and a Mirkwood Ranger Captain. Again, an army that we do not have, but definitely want. We're all about Rangers. We have the Corruption of the Greenwood, which features, again, 20 Mirkwood Rangers, 4 Castellans of Dol Guldur, 6 Giant Spiders, 6 Mirkwood Spiders, 6 Wargs, and 2 Bat Swarms. Again, I don't think we had any of those.
No.
Apart from maybe some Wargs. Lurking in the Shadows, again, Rangers and Spiders. These photos always look fantastic.
Yeah, if you get good model photography, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
And it's an absolute skill.
Yeah.
We have Flight to the East, which is Gandalf the Grey versus the Necromancer and 4 Castellans. We have the Watchful Peace. Again, that looks awesome.
Yep.
Which features Legolas and 10 Mirkwood Rangers against some Orc Captains and some Orcs. Clearing the Nests, which is Legolas, Tariel, 10 Rangers and 6 Mirkwood Spiders and 6 Giant Spiders. Attack on Roscabel, which is Radagast the Brown versus 4 Mirkwood Spiders. These sound like they could be some really fun scenarios to try out.
Yes.
Something a little different. We have Exploration of Dol Guldur, which is Radagast the Brown with Sebastian versus the Witch King of Angmar, Nazgul of Dol Guldur. Thrain the Broken, which is Gandalf the Grey versus Thrain the Broken and 5 Hunter Orcs. Capture of the Grey Wizard, which is Gandalf and Thrain versus the Necromancer, Azog, 6 Hunter Orcs and 12. 6 Hunter Orcs on Wargs and 12 Hunter Orcs. That sounds like a challenge. Make haste to Dol Guldur, Radagast on Slay versus 6 Mirkwood Spiders and 6 Giant Spiders. And then finally, the Fall of the Necromancer, which is the one I think in this campaign everybody wants to play. And that's Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, Galadriel, and Elrond versus the Necromancer and all 9 Nazgul.
And the Keeper of the Dungeons.
And that one. Yeah, and that just sounds awesome. And then it goes on to the Fall of the Necromancer campaign, which I guess is pretty much doing all of that.
Yeah, I believe that is just all of them in the particular order. Nice.
Awesome. So let us know if you want to see us play through any of those battles on this channel. I mean, we definitely want to.
Oh, yeah.
But we've got a lot of purchasing to do if we're going to. So if there's ones in particular you want to see, let us know in the comments down below. Overall, I think this entire set, 2 sets of dice, the scenery, the double Witch King model, and the book cost us about, I want to say £120?
Yeah, if that.
Bit less maybe. And again, we did buy direct from Games Workshop.
Yes.
Whereas we painfully noticed today, if we had gone to our local store, we would have saved about £30.
Yes.
But if you take that into consideration, this is pretty good value for money in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not that bad at all. The only thing I would say is a downside is there's not enough.
Yeah.
Like with a new release like this, okay, yes, it's great, we got a Witch King, but we've already had a Witch King.
Yeah.
And we've had more than one version of a Witch King.
Yeah.
And there's nothing particularly new about this Witch King. So I would have liked more, or just something newer.
Yeah.
Even if it was just, say, a pack of captains, or a new variation on the foot soldiers, just something slightly different than realistically something that we didn't need.
I agree. I think the biggest thing for me is 2 new sets of dice,
Always awesome.
which we love. A new book, which I will never complain about. Having a full book, even if it's just a supplement like this one, to go along with any sort of story or war campaign within Middle-earth is an absolute yes from me. And the scenery. More scenery, please, Games Workshop.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I feel like this is almost just a little complimentary, oh, we'll chuck in a Witch King too.
Yeah, that's just one of those that people will buy because they must have it all.
Yeah.
Which I can't really say was too far from what we've done.
Yeah. I think the next release is going to be, is it War in the North or Defense of the North? Something along those lines, which I'm assuming will involve more dwarves and probably Easterlings, maybe.
It'd be good if it was, but you never know. They might just go more generic, movie related just that. Just stuff people already know.
Yeah. I think none of us Middle-earth strategy battle game players would complain with regular scenery releases, because at the end of the day, they've done such a small amount of scenery. We've had the Rohan things, we've had some Osgiliath ruins, some Lake Town pieces, I think.
Yeah.
The Ruins of Dol Guldur. I think that's pretty much it. There's the odd...
they announced the Amon Hen, the seat, which I don't believe has been released.
No.
I think that's still a pre-order because that's to come with the Defense of the North, or at least it was announced the same time as. But again, that's probably going to be something like that, very expensive. Looks amazing, but just expensive and quite specific to how you can use it. I mean, we don't. We just use everything and anything, and we don't really care about that when it comes to scenery. But a lot of people will kind of go, okay, well, I can use, say with the seat, Aragorn and Uruk-hai Scouts, and that's about it. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah. That's our thoughts on this new release. Overall, I'm pretty happy. We got enough. I would just like maybe 4 or 5 of these sort of releases a year would keep me happy, would keep me going. Yes, that is just really it. It's nice, but considering how long it's been for new releases, and we don't know how long before the next new releases, it's not enough. No. You need to either drip feed us more of this amount more often, or do bigger releases less often. Yeah. More, please, GW. Okay. That's it from us today. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment down below letting us know which scenarios you want us to try out, and we'll be more than happy to give them a go. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time on the Tabletop Alliance. Bye guys.